Did you know that inside of the redwood forest, there's other plants? And some of them are almost as cool or just as cool or maybe even cooler depending on who you are. But one of them is the bay laurel tree. And these are bay laurel trees behind me. But see how they look kind of like they're all like sprouting from the same spot? It's because they were cut down and they stump sprouted. So they stump sprouted like redwoods do. Redwoods can also do that. A lot of California plants can do that because they're evolved for fire. Or elephants. Elephants? Yes, elephants. Because we had mammoths and mastodon here for so long that they selected for trees that can be ripped out and then resprouts. It's pretty cool. I know bay laurels have been here for a long time. In fact, they're considered a paleo relic, which means they were here when the whole world was tropical. They were still growing in California with the rest of their relatives, the avocados. So bay laurels are an avocado relative. And the fruit looks like avocado. And a lot of the tribes would roast the seeds inside there. And one of my friends, she's Pomo, and she gave me some of these roasted nuts, bay laurel nuts, and it tastes like chocolate and coffee had a baby. It was so good. I can't believe they're not for sale in all the cafes. But I now collect them and I make them. And I found out if you roast them too long, it tastes like burnt. Instant coffee is like, oh, that's nasty. But bay laurels are cool for a million reasons, but I'll just tell you a couple and then I'll tell you a story. So here's the leaves, and the leaves have a super strong smell. So it's Umbularia californica. It's got lots of common names: myrtlewood, bay laurel, California bay, and it's strong. Some people call it headache tree because if you like, you'll get a headache. And then some people think it cures a headache. So pretty interesting. And you can use them the same way you do Italian bay. You just want to use way less because they're super stronger. So when I was a 22-year-old firefighter, Studley, strong firefighter, I was doing a prescribed burn. So we were setting the fire on purpose for reasons that I'll tell you in a future video. And there was these piles of sticks, which I knew were pack rat nests. So what happens is the pack rat mom will make a little nest and she'll have her babies in there. And then one of her daughters will inherit it. She'll build onto it. And that will keep happening generation after generation until you get a pile. And on the Facebook, Redwoods Rising Facebook, I have a video about that somewhere, I believe. Maybe it's on my personal TikTok. I don't know. But anyways, one of those caught on fire when I was a Studley 22-year-old firefighter. And so I was like, whoa, and a rat ran out and I was like, dang. And she had all these little things on her. I was like, oh, she got mutation. But then I looked closer and there were little babies and they were on her teats. They were suckling and they were on her teats. And so it was the first time I ever rooted for a rat. So I was like, run, mama, run. And so she ran up this tree and she ran up to the top and the fire was at the bottom and starting to go up this tree. And she jumped from the branch of the tree to a branch of the neighboring tree and none of the babies fell off. They were just like, and I was like, ow. So then I was taking apart this house, this pile, because it was on fire and I wanted to like put out the fire. And there's all these leaves in there. And I was like, what's that smell? And it was bay laurel leaves. And I found out later, two things. One, the babies on the baby rats. So this is a native rat. It's got a white belly. Okay. The pack rat, the gross ones that you guys don't like, those are jumped off the ships with the colonists. Those are Norwegian rats. They have gray bellies, but the white belly ones are pack rats. Usually don't go in your house unless you live in the woods and then wish somebody would. So there was all these leaves inside our house because the rat somehow knew that bay laurel leaves kept fleas away. How did the rat know that? Humans knew that. The people who lived here for thousands of years and still live here, the Yurok people, it's believed that some of them also used the leaves in the same way and other tribes within the bay laurel range. So super cool. How did the wildlife know that? I don't know. But the berries, the seeds are super good. Chocolate coffee had a baby. The leaves are super cool. It's a paleo relic. It was here when the whole earth was tropical and it's still here today. So when you come to Redwood Forest, check out the bay laurel trees and they're coming back in our restoration sites. And if you want to learn more about that, go to redwoodsrising.org. I'm Griff.